Good morning from Portugal. I'm having one of those hair days. I flipped my bun and I'm wearing a flowy dress. So let's go explore. Happiest puppies. Oh, look, the sun's coming out. That pretty blue sky. The doggies and kitties.
Still can't see the mountains there.
Driving along in the automobile. Look, they have an Aachen. Or is it Ocean? I don't remember. It's German, isn't it?
I think it's French, but yeah,
And then it'd be Ocean. Ocean. Yeah. Maybe it was Belgian that I was thinking. Yeah. They're all owned by the same. All these big name brands, right? My understanding is you were saying 𝐁𝐫𝐞𝐬 is like a furniture store, kind of similar to the IKEA.
Anything you miss from England? There's an English store we can stop at on the way back. Lots of little green bits popping out everywhere. It's rather cool.
So Cork is not flammable. That's really, or if it is, it has to be pretty high heat.
Yeah, it doesn't burn. You can't stick it in the oven. You can't stick it in the fire and get anything but suppression from it.
Huh. I'm gonna go get my shoes repaired. Cobbler. Hello. I have to learn Portuguese. So the young man says to me, I'm in a shopping mall in Portugal, right? So the young man says to me, aprender is what imparare is in Italian, means to learn. So I'm going to learn. Maybe not so quickly in the time I'm here, but eventually, yes. This is a Portuguese shopping center. They have some really nice, clean architecture. I have to give them credit. Oh, look at the flowers. The orchids. So pretty. Oh, look at the roses and the Gerber daisies and the lilies. Oh, I love this. This is gorgeous. I love different plants that are just, spiraling out, doing their sacred geometry. I'm sure it's a great houseplant. Oh look, there's more. Bamboo. Coffee lover. I have to get my cappuccino still.
Let's go upstairs. That's probably a good one as well.
The hair shop, Arco, Iris. Look, bongs. Anybody need bongs? Yes, let's go upstairs and have a coffee. Dominic is leading the way. Is it because it's newer that it's so clean and has such nice lines and architecture?
I think they've just maintained it well.
Because this is the one thing I've noticed when we're going places, a lot of these newer establishments, I mean, everything I've seen seems so really nicely organized and maintained.
Apart from the car parks.
Well, apart from the car parks.
Honestly, a 10-year-old with an hour's experience on what do you call it, one of those sim games would do a better job.
That's so funny.
Need it, absolutely.
Sense of humor. Definitely need a sense of humor. So we're in the cafeteria, the cafe, food
Hamburgers
court.
where you have to buy the hamburgers, the bun separately.
You have to buy the buns separately?
Their version of hamburgers. Okay.
Looks like they even have some, well, the sounds like vitaminas sounds healthy, but it doesn't mean it is.
Yeah, they don't come with a bun.
Oh, I actually prefer that. If I had to get a burger, I'd prefer it without the bun. Look at all the healthy food. Look how clean and organized it is. Yeah, it's nice.
You can record.
Okay. These are the traditional, what are they called again? Pasta de nata. My dad loves those. And we have the cappuccino. Yes, Dominic. Woo. Beautiful. That's pastries for him, by the way. What do you get?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Yeah, cinnamon's always a good for the blood sugar. There you go. He's taking me in a different direction. Sweet. Yes.
Things up.
So he did a barista, by the way. So I'm catching him. He was saying he did that. How long ago?
20 years.
Oh,
And,
good.
yeah, it was it was an interesting job at 𝐕𝐢𝐳𝒐𝐬𝐬𝐲, and I thought, oh, I like their sandwiches, that's okay. And then the day that I was going for an interview, I found out McDonald's was trying to buy 30% of them. So, but not really, it wasn't corporate espionage even. It was like, I really care much less about your company now.
Yeah, the changes in management for sure.
And then they wanted me to be a
Coffee lovers.
I just went into just got a sandwich making job because they paid well for making sandwiches because you have to get up early in the morning. I thought I'll have the rest of the day free.
There you go.
But they fast tracked me. They said, oh, actually, we want you to be the team leader. Now we've met you. We want you to be a team leader, and then we're going to fast track you to be a manager.
Oh, too funny.
And so, but I wasn't really thinking about that. But anyway, I'll do the courses and I'll learn the stuff, and that should be interesting. But my
Coffee
Bristol
lovers.
school was out of Lynn from all the London schools, and so they did things the way that they wanted to do them, and they were one of the really early schools, so they still had bad habits. So I went and learned how to run a kitchen properly at a really big school in Reading. Went back to Bristol, tried to implement the ideas that I had to implement to be able to pass my exam in terms of running the kitchen properly. And the person I was replacing was a really, really angry pregnant woman who was screaming all the time. And I think she was a bit of a nutter anyway. And my boss, when he left me in charge of the restaurant for a few days, he said, while I'm away, if I want you to do the morning quiz, because you went to quiz people on the ingredients of different sandwiches, and if Will or Ben muck around, belittle them, put them down, make them look small. It's like, okay, this is a nutty place I've arrived in. And then, I was then running the kitchen as it needed to be run, and my boss didn't like, my person I was replacing didn't like it. And I just cleaned my bench with all the mayonnaise and stuff, and I put my stuff where it should have been. And she brought over my big box of stuff, mayonnaise in the bottom, dumped it on my clean tray, on my clean table, and it's like really loud bang right in front of her pregnant child, really, like loads and loads of plates and stuff, all rattle, like really loud noise on the metal bench. And I said, does it not bother you that your unborn child like already worked out what a bitch you are?
Yikes.
And that was my farewell to that job. But a couple of days later, the management came down from London and they were both sacked.
Yikes.
And all my ex-colleagues, I then bumped into them in Bristol, and they were all quite thankful that my brief stint there had kind of been a cleansing experience. Because that was the thing, they didn't need quizzing because they'd all worked there for several years. They all knew their jobs perfectly. And the whole quizzing thing was a London thing, to try and make the staff in London who have a huge turnover better.
Right.
But the people I was working with knew every sandwich, every ingredient, everything that was gluten free. They knew everything. They were perfect staff. And you still had this boss trying to have his little
Make his mark.
Control dramas.
Well, they have to have their mark, you know.
You come from running a Domino's pizza to. And one morning he tried to get us. We didn't get the egg mayonnaise delivered, and he tried to tell Will to go out and get last night's leftover egg mayonnaise that had been left on the pavement overnight.
Oh my gosh, these are crazy stories in London. Oh boy. You know me and my coffee. coffee lovers. Because you know I'm a coffee lover. Cappuccino. I have my biscotti. Cheers. Honey, it's almost like a target with the sea around, with the circle around the sea. Sorry. So a couple times I've been told not to film people, and I'm wondering what that's all about, if there's like some sort of protective privacy thing. But I just like to take the video to give you a feel of what these places are like. Look, it's school season, so they got all the school supplies out and all that.
They're all really, you know, they're well behaved. Have you got, we went up to a rock concert in Monteith, and it was like one of the big bands, you know, they were part of the, like, supposedly like they were quite big in terms of like helping people rise up against the communism. And,
Fruits and veggies, that's why we're here. Look how pretty everything looks. Yeah.
and
He's telling me about...
people were barely bobbing their heads. Like overly reserved.
If you see figs, you let me know. Oh, maybe we got grapes over here. We got maracuyas. Oh, they've got the persimmons, my favorite also. Yeah, significant drop in price in here for sure. So figs can't be too far from the grapes is my theory. Vegetable stands are where it's at because when they went to the price per kilo, that's when they really screwed the people, because used to be that you would buy fruits and vegetables without the price per kilo. It was like you would basically barter, and it was a little bit lighter. And we're gonna end up back there, don't worry. Fascinating because they have all of these superfoods here. I'll show you all of these different, everything from amla, ashwagandha, astragalus, brahmi. Like, this is amazing. They have such a great selection. There's stuff here that I've never even heard of. And they have some gluten-free options, like just a small little place, but it has some possibilities. Everything. Look at Tulsi. They've got teas, beans, cranberries, coffees, coffee flakes. Oh, that's funny. So I'm always curious, and I love these types of places. Doesn't mean I need it, but it's just, it's good. And these look like probiotics. Yeah. And look at that bio. A lot of organics is what this basically is. It's like a little mini organic store. On this wall, look at all these herbs. This is just a small store, and they can't put everything up on the wall, but if you ever need anything, they can order it, which is really accommodating and helpful. So like the petals, the flowers, you got rose petals. They have lavender flower, jasmine flower. If you recognize it yourself, you can, there's eucalyptus. You got tea, green tea. You got rooibos, java. I don't know what, oh, that looks like cumin seed maybe, or some seed. Melissa, that's Melissa. That looks like, I'm gonna guess, maybe dandelion. And then you got calendula. I mean, some of this I can recognize, chamomile, because it's similar looking as the word, but it's also, there's fennel seeds, ginger, ginkgo biloba, graviola. Oh, I love it. This is just fantastic. Everybody's just so sweet. And they also have different types of essential oils. And then the Bach. If you're somebody who likes the Bach flower essences. Look at that. Nature store. Love it. So we are going to go check out a salad. And it is raining. Walking up the stairs. Yeah, we need an umbrella. Oh, cool. Yeah. It's pretty when it's wet.
It's very slippery.
Oh yes, hold on, let me switch hands for the phone. Thank you for offering your arm, sir. I appreciate that.
Yeah, this is
Slick.
good walking boots.
As I get a drop of rain right on my face. Ah. Those don't necessarily help keep the rain off of you. They hold the rain and then they drop big drops on you. got longer legs. I think he's checking to make sure that this restaurant that we were going to, because we're going to go have a salad. So pretty pinks. Maria del Mar. Yeah, but that was a good catch. See, I just slipped as I entered, so you wipe your feet off. Ooh, look at all this. So pretty. Such a pretty place. I like this. Okay, we got a table. Yay. So these are all the fish that are in the region. And they're known for the mackerel, if I'm not mistaken, right? The sardines and the mackerel here? I'm getting a salad.
These are all tins of fish that would usually be sent abroad. This is the really high quality tinned fish. But then, you know,
Stuff my grandmother used to get when we were in the States years ago, many years ago. Yeah.
so you've got all sorts of interesting things there. It's not just sardines and mackerel. And there's razor clams over there. What you can do is you pick one of the cans and you hand it over to the people
Cashier.
and they will make
these cans.
different plates with each of the tins. So you pick a tin, you turn it into a
meal. How beautiful is that? Like,
so me and my friend, we worked our way through a few different things. And we had the raisin clams. Yeah, you can see, you go over and film the show. So some really cool things you wouldn't really see in a local supermarket.
it's really cool. So shub mackerel is cavolo, anchovy. I did, bacalao is the way they pronounce it here. In Italy, it's bacala. It's codfish. I know that my grandfather used to eat sardines a lot. Yeah.
You go in at Christmas, there are hundreds of dry codfish. And there'll be, if you go to a big supermarket, I'll show you that there'll be 6 different stacks, like 4 or 5 foot high, of dried
Bacalao.
slightly different quality.
So cool.
Dutch posture expert, 𝐕𝐤𝐴.
This was destroyed, what we were talking about yesterday. All of these fisheries where people would harvest and process everything. But when they came in and they man-made the beach, they ruined everything. And it's a shame because that's the livelihood.
Interestingly, so there's 𝐕𝐤𝐴 is a Dutch posture expert, and the Portuguese factory workers we use as an example of good posture.
Yeah.
They use African farmers and the way that they hold themselves when they're doing these repetitive jobs for a lifetime.
Yeah.
They seem to have managed to do this for a lifetime without bad backs. And you look at them all, they're all stood really straight.
And it's funny too because people complain about standing and saying how it hurts their back. When you think about it, it's like, well, then how did these people?
Well, it hurts their back because their back's starting off in the wrong position. So
yeah, exactly.
𝐕𝐤𝐴 would argue that the back shouldn't be an S, it should be more of a J.
Right, exactly.
When she talks about
exactly.
When she talks about sitting, she says, you've got to imagine you've got a tail.
Yeah.
On
That's how I sit.
Or with your tail stuck out behind you.
It should be,
It should be like your tail sticking out the back of the chair.
Yep, exactly. And that has a lot to do with the root chakra too. So if you're, and funny enough, at the gym that I go to, they did a video, and it was so funny because I'm like over here going, I understand this, because if you lose your bum, then you lose your foundation, and that has everything from the bottom up.
That's when she talks about big
Yeah.
talks about African bums, and also
Yeah.
she talks about the rhythm that people have.
Yes.
She says, if you go to London and you watch people moving down the pavement, everyone's got
Yeah.
awkward gaits, but if you go to Africa, places in the world where you have to move efficiently, they actually, you see there's a pattern, like a pendulum movement.
Yes.
Everyone has the same gait.
Yeah.
So much so that the African women move so effectively across the landscape. When they did this experiment, the oxygen experiment where they put the mask on and they can tell
How much you're consuming of oxygen, yeah.
so efficiently that when they've got a heavy weight on their head, they somehow seem to use less energy than when they weren't carrying anything. It was almost like the extra weight is just
It's balancing it.
collected into the momentum, and they just carried it almost without effort, almost without respiratory effort.
Isn't that beautiful? These are the conversations you should be having about life. The food has just arrived. Ooh, I've got avocado on there. How gorgeous is this picture? I'm gonna take a picture of it too. Look, he got the burger, and it's the chub mackerel burger, right? Yummy! Bon appetit! That was absolutely delicious. I would highly recommend it, and apparently they're on the top travel advisor as well. So now we're gonna make our way to a market. Now the sun is out. Look at this. Look at that beautiful sky. I suspect stores will be opening shortly. What time did the stores open back up? Oh, like now, yeah. What is it, after 3? Something like that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Look how pretty all this is. Look at all the little decorations and details. Home decor. I'm not here to do any major shopping, so I've still got to reduce my luggage by 4 kilo. At least I've got to pack it that way. Unless I get an upgrade, because I was trying to upgrade my ticket. Look at these tiles. Oh, so gorgeous. Look at the doors. Look at this, look at this. Oh, so pretty. Casa Piedad. Oh, it's a health food store. This is a beautiful door. Lovely, lovely. Oh, the ambiance, the energy here. That's what I really appreciate too. Like you said, your favorite thing about Portugal is the energy. Yeah, I get that. Totally get that.
Yeah, he would say, oh, I've got an inflated liver. It's like, oh yeah, no, grew up in Wales and then Portugal. I've got a fairly good chance.
Talking about 𝐤𝐿𝐴 for liver flukes and parasite cleansing, and how he's known some people. Talking a lot about natural healing and herbs and ways to optimize your body. There's so many different belief systems. So many ways of thinking and believing and science and this and that, and you just got to find what works for you. And I think we're all trying to find that perfect balance. So, you know, if someone's doing something different than you, don't poo-poo on it. Like, be willing to consider it. I mean, if you've never tried it, you can't compare yourself. And that's what a lot of people do, is they compare themselves to something completely foreign to them and unknown. That's not serving anybody. So don't judge something that you have no knowledge of. Unless you have knowledge, then you have no right to judge it. Look at that, it's beautiful. Look at the art. Like, this is what I'm loving about here. It's just so much artisanal, creative, whether it's food or decorum or architecture, or just the pride in taking care and keeping their areas clean and beautiful. This is a market, biological cafe, organic grocery. Ooh. Now we're fancy, we're behind glass. Cleansing gels and boost, amino-filled lifting boost ampoules. Look at that. Ooh, yummy. Ooh. Chocolate, dark chocolate, that looks yummy. I have to ask if they have gluten-free. Herbs and more bio. I'm seeing if there's anything I can get, because I have to have my snacky snack. Sometimes it's good. Ooh, here we go.
There's a particular type of date.
Medjool's my favorite, but the bodies are really good too. If you never had body dates, those are one of my favorites.
Not for a long time. I think they turned up at Christmas.
So this is, this right here is the chestnut honey. That I know, that's castagna. And these are different chocolates. Ooh, ooh, what do we got? If you find mint chocolate that's gluten-free, has no issues, you let me know. Coffees with compostable bags, and love this. So this is a sweet little place.
You get ready?
Oh, you did find something back there.
$3.40.
Ooh, yummy, you know? Oh, I love it. Okay. And then if you like wines. Beautiful, beautiful little clean space. So here are the little goodies that I've got. These are all gluten-free. These are cookies. She's gonna make me an iced coffee with almond milk. So the marmels were here, the truffles, and these are basically cinnamon cookies with oat. So I'm excited to try. I had to get some little goodies for later. We're gonna try this, marmels. Marmels. It's like a jam inside. It's really, really flavorful. Never had anything like this. I thought it was going to be marshmallow inside. It's like a cake with chocolate outside. Yummy. Oh, that sky, all that beauty. I'm going to the seaside again, but now it's sunny and it's a little earlier in the day.
Like a cruise ship's visiting.
Tiny iced coffee. Cruise ship. Oh my gosh, that thing's huge. I didn't even realize they came into the Algarves, or Portimao, I should say. I don't know. Cruises don't appeal to me. Being cramped on a boat with a bunch of people, yeah, not so much a fan of that concept. Maritime, National Maritime.
Police station. Maritime police.
Ah, Maritime Police, gotcha. Sailing. Come sail away, come sail away with
They
me.
go right up the river as well.
Yeah.
So you see them pulling out from, when we drove to Silves.
Yeah.
Not far from Silves, there's, like I've been...
I know that my great-grandfather was a sailor. I don't know if he was a captain of a ship or what his actual history is, but being from Cape Verde, I've got some research to continue searching. Yep. Alfama, which is also the historical district of Portugal. So my grandmother's maiden name was Alfama.
And my friends, well, somewhere I get oil from, amongst other things, spent a lot of time in Cape Verde, prize fishing, marlin.
Really? Down there?
Like with Mr. Campbell of Campbell's Soup was one of his, like one of the people that used to be in the other boats. And, you know, he'd have competitions, and he could earn enough money in fishing competitions to basically buy Cape Verde. And then one day they got stuck because there's a passage you have to go through. It gets really rough, and they ended up having to kind of stay on a beach, and that just became one of their homes. They kind of beautiful little beach they could, with a kind of tiny little place to stay on there, and all the food you could ever need. And
Portuguese colonizing. Yep. Yep, pretty much, because it was a territory of Portugal. Although it is no longer, right?
English chap, though,
Yeah.
but he's
Well, weren't the English the ones that colonized the most?
yeah. Well,
It seemed to a certain degree.
The countries got in there first, and then the English beat those countries out because we made better weapons.
It's all about who's got the bigger tool, bigger weapon. Mine's bigger than yours.
He's got the longest range, so
That too.
You end up fighting the Dutch. Their weapons only shoot so far, and you can shoot further. It's a bit like, you know, fighting a midget.
Oh my goodness, so funny. History. There is so much history.
But it was like they were laying out their tackle like they would do in the Gulf Stream of Portugal. And when they went out to Cape Verde, like the captain was like, 𝐕𝐞𝐭𝐞𝐞𝐅, one lure, and I was like, what's he telling us this for? What, does he not think we know what we're doing?
Yeah.
They hadn't realised that basically what the captain was saying is that you don't need flag lures. And what happened was that all of their lures got attached to. And each lure was about 200 quid each.
Oh my gosh.
And all of them got hit by marlins, all of them got tied up, all of them got lost. It's like, now I understand why.
Oh, the trees, the colors on the trees are changing too. Seasonal change in the colors, huh? The trees are going into their brown, it has a reddish brown to it. It's pretty. Look at the weeping willows back there.
So it kind of flew around in the air, and everyone had already had their winning and losing money over. And the pigeon fell to its death within the circle, and everyone was like,
That's crazy.
lunatics trying to get their money back and get the winning they due.
So cool. I love the landscaping, it's pretty. It's just really green and lush right now after all the rain they got, and I believe they had a drought for a while as well. Oh. Hibiscus. Gorgeous. Oh, I was just checking out the statues. I'm coming.
Is that theatre?
Oh, the theater. Okay. Look at that beautiful building and the detail in between there. Stairs going up. This is the theater. Tempo Teatro Municipal. One of the things I remembered from my trip with my dad to Portugal was the tiling and all of this kind of detail. And again, when you see around the inside of this little park area, there's all these beautiful blue and yellow and shades of gold, creams, detailed scenes, I'm sure that also match with the theater, because we're right in the theater park. So I'm continuing on and following. Dominic has to go to work at 6 o'clock, so we have to head back. The right has the right of way, typically. That sign just means you can't turn right. So as Americans, when you come to Europe, a lot of people don't realize there's certain rules that they follow that aren't common for people in America. For example, the right-of-way is called the right-of-way for a reason. Here, if you do not give yield to the right-of-way, if you hit a person coming from a right-hand street, you can be faulted for the accident, even if you think you had the right-of-way in a main drag. But you have to know the rules, and you also have to know what the signs mean too. That sun. Oh, is this where we came from? Was that, no, that's a different street. Gotcha. I don't remember that mural.
They all head up to the same plan.
Oh, how cool is that? That's a papaya tree. See the papayas up above? Can you make out that fruit? Look at that sky above. So pretty. Yeah. That's an established papaya. I lost my papaya a couple years ago. It came crashing down on my deck. I was like, what's that noise? And I go outside and I had something like 30 unripened papaya because the branches all snapped because the winds were so strong that particular time. But the bougainvillea, see, this is one of my favorite things about, well, that's what I got used to anyway when I lived in Naples and driving along the Amalfi Coast. The wisteria, the bougainvillea, all the different colors. Look how vibrant that is. So beautiful.
I like Neil's place then. When I went there last to sign some people in, there was a bed of purple leaves. But what? Are they leaves? They're not flowers technically, are they?
Flowers.
But yeah, anyway, flower petals. About that thick over the entire porch.
Oh, so gorgeous.
Two large bins full of leaves.
We also have the jacaranda tree in the States, in Florida where I live. And
they have loads of jacarandas here. They're out earlier in the year, but
And there's an orchid tree too that I can't remember the other name for it. Pink petals. Looks like an orchid. We brought our umbrellas but didn't need them. Thank God. I'd rather be prepared. And we're off. Clear this time so you can get a good view. The mountains.
You've got this big stone here blocking, you see it just here, you've got a big rolling stone on the right.
Yes.
That used to be like a proper, that would help the water onto this land here. At the right time of the day to water this area here.
Oh,
this big pig farm.
Irrigation. Yeah. It's a big pig farm? Or was?
I've driven, it was a pig farm. I think they've still got pigs because I've driven to work in the morning. There've been pigs on the roundabout. Whole family,
oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Whole family of pigs just hanging out on the roundabout.
Such a beautiful sky today. It's nice to have the clear. It's no humidity, it's nice and pleasant.
Yeah, it's heading back in the right direction. It's usually, that's the thing, the humidity is usually great. It can be really hot but not clammy in any way, it's fantastic. When they misbehave really kind of straightforward. So he's all about the. And I had some billionaire playing. He was like, "Do you know who I am? Because I don't care who you are.
Solar farms.
I'm in charge of the course. If you do what I say, or I kick you off."
A lot of solar panels.
120,000 of them.
120,000? Wow. Just in here.
So it goes right over the back of that hill.
Yeah, I can see the angles. Yeah.
Going and going.
Wow.
I think weirdly that
Controlled velocity.
Technically, I think
Speed
it gets,
trap.
It gets sold to Spain, so Spain can meet their quotas of the renewables.
That's a cool hill. Pretty contrast with the colors. I like that. It's a lovely house in front of it. Is that the one I saw the other night? It's got a pool with a neat little... No, that's a different one.
You don't live here anyway. It's too near the rubbish tip. And the smell.
Oh gosh, yeah, you
Hangs
got to
over.
make it... Yeah, right? Location.
The smell hangs over this little town sometimes. So
Oh.
bad, like I will speed through it with the windows up and everything turned off. Like a couple of days a year we might get it at mine, but it's just that little bit further away. I think the eucalyptus and everything it has to pass through my way. Yeah. It's just that little bit closer.
Mountains in the distance. Oh, and there's the stork nests. They're all over the place. How crazy is that? And so over here, there's a whole section of storks.
Gypsy horses.
Oh, they're so beautiful, the horses. Those are all stork nests. That's freaking crazy. See, with those big things that you see on top, those are stork nests. Right on top of the power lines. Right on top of this one. This is a beautiful house. Fica de India. India figs. Also another name for them are prickly pear, I believe.
The rocks bends, big clans, some fancy ends.
And here we are. How do you pronounce it? Rashmalcho?
Rashmalio.
Hashmalio?
Rashmalio. No, shouldn't have to pronounce my own place.
I'm not going to try to say that I can do it perfectly. I'm trying. I will try. I make an attempt. Someone tells me properly. But sometimes it's just really hard. I'm like, my mouth is dropped open and I'm over here going, I need it written down now. Maybe phonetically even. Here we are. All right, we're coming in for a bumpy ride. Ooh. Yeah, be careful. Gotta pull it in. Yeah. Does someone live there?
No,
Is that part of the property or?
no, an old lady owns it. She owns this one as well. She owns another few in the village. When her father died, she closed up the houses and never did anything with them.
That's a
She
shame.
occasionally wanders up. I mean, I've driven down our drive one morning and there's like loads and loads of people, including her, all picking snails. They eat snails here.
I forgot. They're a delicacy for some.
But not like the French ones where they pull them out of the shell and do that. They're only good for a few week period here, and everyone's got their own recipes. And they're actually not bad. A few restaurants, they've given me a plate for free. I haven't paid for them, but if you're willing to try them, the locals are always happy to give the English foreigners stuff to try.
Look at who's been waiting for us. There's Estrella.
Hello, darling girl.
Hello, pretty girl. She said, I'm watching over you. Splish, splash. Ooh. I And we're here. It's really peaceful and beautiful out here. You see the water. It's kind of cool. Check this out. What you can see down there. The sounds of nature. More feathers. Lots of feathers here. These have a nice little smell to them. Fig trees. Yep, that's the sound of my feet. Borrowed shoes. Figgies. Another big fig right behind this palm and pine tree. Lemon, lime, citrus. Maybe go for a walk. You mentioned something about going up the hill. I'm not quite sure how to do it. Maybe I have to go walk around the back of the house. I'm not sure. Just explore. All right, we're going to take a walk out in the country. I just made friends with the Scottish man here that's working on the property. His name is Murray. Really, really lovely man, of course. And he just gave me the direction as to where to go up to the hills over here. It's so pretty. So it's getting a little chilly though, as the temperature is dropping, because it is now 6:30 in the evening. It's just so awesome out here. So apparently there's the trees here need some tending to, and just like anything in a farm environment, when it's not taken care of after a while, it does kind of go downhill. Nature can take care of itself, don't get me wrong, but if it was used to being tended to, and the irrigation system's not working, and then you went through a drought this past summer, it's going to affect the crops, the production, right? Especially with everything in the world. Now, this appears to be an olive tree. And we were standing there talking, and there was this dried up herb, and I'm like, what is that? Oh, this is kind of neat. I don't know what you are, but you're cool. Wonder what these are. So, just to show you what I'm looking at. So there's these buds. Look at this. You can see my fingers. It's sticky, whatever this is. It's got a resin on it. In fact, Dominic was telling me about that, but I'm not sure what it is. And this is, that's prickly. That was funny. So right here, these are prickly. I don't know what this is, but it's painful if you touch it too quickly. Prickly, touched too quickly, painful. All right. This looks like something. Let me see what this one is. It's like I think that's a lavender. So I was speaking with him and I said, ooh, what's this? And I took it and I rubbed it between my fingers. And sure enough, it's a form of lavender. And each region, every country is known for, French lavender. You see these fields of lavender if you ever see the pictures in France. And here, I've never smelt that that particular perfume of lavender, and it's just so, I put some in my pocket actually because I really liked it, but they're all over the place, and because of the lack of rain they are dry, but the actual leaves, or the piece that you would rub between your fingers, is still green. It's just the flower where the seeds are dried out. And so I love that you can take them, break them up, and just reseed the earth. Over here on the left, I see figgies. But the figs don't look like they've been tended to very well. So, oh, see what I mean? See, these figs are definitely not in the best shape. Yeah, poor figgies. Oh, there might be a couple. They're soft, but I think that the birds probably have gotten to them. Just like anything, you have to prune, whether it's me or nature or someone else. See. It was funny because earlier today I was looking at the fig tree closer to the house, and there are tons of figs on the ground, but they're pretty much dried. I said, so you don't even have to go and buy dried figs. You've got them right underneath the tree as a canopy, you know, all spread out. So yeah, there's more fig tree. There's a whole grouping of fig trees right there. And yeah, this is kind of cool. It's quite dry at the moment, even with all the rain that I believe they've had. But you can see where all the brush down off into the distance, down along there. It's so cool that they have like I don't know if it's a river or just a pond. I'll show you this. Check this out. This building here has a pizza oven. It's a little demolished, but old pizza oven. And this building is quite in a shamble. Let's go check it out. I'm that nosy person who likes to go check things out. So let's see if we can find our way into here. Oh, that's cool. There's a crack. There's a door. Board shoes. So all this brush. Oh wow, there was a building there. Somehow that seems to have come apart. He was telling me that these red bricks that you see with the 2 holes in them. Oh wow, what's that? That looks like some form of an alum, like even garlic maybe. That these 2-holed bricks over here that you see are made in this area. See that? Huh. Yeah, it's a little bit of a... I don't know if I should be stepping up on certain areas, but basically ruins. And apparently this is a very common thing. It doesn't have to be just in Portugal. I've seen the same also in Italy. It's really a shame when places are like this are abandoned. And then, look at that old roof. And then there's all sorts of codes and restrictions on whether you can reconstruct it or it can be used as habitation or not. That room right there inside looks like it could be in somewhat of a decent, like this is kind of crazy. It's all overgrown. And some stepping on part of the, oh yeah, this was definitely a kitchen of some sort. Looks like the sink, right? Sandstone sink too. That's super cool. I am that person. When I was a kid, I used to love stuff like this, exploring and walking around, see what I could get into. Curiosity killed the cat and satisfaction brought it back. That's at least my theory. And we're gonna go back. So, my shadow in me. Go back. And this is why I borrowed these climbing shoes, because I did not come prepared for that part of this trip. Call me Lana the Explorer, especially on these days. All right, now we're gonna go walk up along the mountainside. It's windy. Hope it's not too much on the video. Just wearing comfortable clothes, although I'm getting a little bit of a chill because it is, like I said, the temperature dropping. And here's those sticky. He said that I think they're medicinal or something. I'm not sure what exactly their health benefits or how they're used, but it's prohibited to enter with cars in this area because that's why they have this gate. And I will step over it. We're going over there somewhere. Yeah, Murray said you could pretty much go wherever you wanted to. There's, I'm not bothering anyone, and it's just no cars are allowed up here. It's really nice the way they're terracing it over here. I believe he said they're running irrigation systems to take care of the trees because there's some cork trees up in this area too. You know the cork trees because they harvest the cork. Is it every 6 or 8 years? So it's a renewable. It grows it back. And it's supposed to be very beneficial to keep on your roof for insulation, but also it's not flammable. So that's what Dominic was saying about how when there was a house that was surrounded by cork trees and a fire came through where the eucalyptus lit up and burned down, the cork didn't. So it's kind of a protective barrier to have a bunch of cork trees around. So that's a good thing to know if you're ever looking for a home in Portugal or anywhere that has cork trees. Look for something that is surrounded by cork trees. That's a natural protector. Oh my gosh, you should smell this air. It's really refreshing. It's really, really lovely out here. I think I just had a little bat. That was a little baby bat go by me. Here's a cork tree right here. How cool is that? It almost looks like to me, this is how I look at trees. I see images in the trees. It almost looks to me like that's the body and it's upside down, jump down into the ground, and it's got its legs and it's doing the splits upside down. So this is where they took the cork off the tree. How cool is that? Trees are amazing. And these things are a little prickly. I don't know what this is, but it pricked my leg just now. And they're all around here. Very interesting bark, actually. How cool is this? It's so interesting to look at this bark because to me, as it has this green algae fungi growing on it, it has kind of a similar, if you didn't touch it, it would make you think it has kind of a spongy. In fact, some of it does. It's a little spongy to touch, like when I press in on this. And then some areas are hard, but there's a little bit of a sponginess to this bark. It's really beautiful. Yeah, cork trees are cool. I'm liking that. It's really just amazing. Just getting a chance to appreciate what nature provides, for sure. All right, let's see what else we can get ourselves into up here. He also told me there are carob trees up in this area. Let's see. Shall we go to the left or to the right? Let's go up this way. Let's go higher. Let me take you higher. Yeah, that cork bark reminds me also of the sea. You know, how you have sponges in the sea. That kind of similar formation. Look at that view. Off in the distance. I can smell the eucalyptus. Oh, well, because there's a eucalyptus tree right in front of me. Smell that fresh, cleansing eucalyptic air. The bark is so amazing too. I like the bark of the eucalyptus. And typically, wherever the leaves land, it provides its own natural weed killer. And I know that my grandmother used to have it all the time, and something I read a long time ago, like that's all eucalyptus right there. Those trees swinging in the wind. That it wards off evil spirits, negative energy. See, all those leaves are eucalyptus. In fact. Yep, that's eucalyptus. I'm gonna go up. Climbing. You can also smell the pine. This has kind of a minty smell to it. Maybe thyme. Oh, these are the perfect shoes to be wearing doing this. I also like that this earth is kind of got an orange coloring to it. Getting my exercise. I don't know what that is, but if you touch it, it's got kind of a greenish. Oh, I should wash my fingers off with the other bra. Has a greenish powder effect. I think this is thyme. I'm pretty sure this is thyme. Yeah, that's what that is. Here we have the lavender again. Maybe that's thyme. Maybe all this time I've been thinking it was lavender, and it's thyme. It's thyme, people. Love playing with words. Yeah, this is a huge difference from walking around Venice. What do you think? Change of scenery. Exploring. I'm on top of the world. 'Cause I'm on top of the world. Love it. Oh, something got burned up here. I can smell burning. Something burnt. Wow, how gorgeous is this? Wow. Can you see what I see? Yeah. So, all the mountains around me. Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's curious and cool. I was very blessed when I was a child that my parents moved us to Maine for the fact that we were living in the country. I was always looking for a bear cave. How crazy is that? Like, what would I do if I saw up or I met up with a bear? Was I going to give him a hug? I just imagined in my mind the bears were huggy and cuddly and, you know, soft and all that stuff. Because as kids, we're kind of naive like that, right? We assume that, well, we have that nature, so why wouldn't they? At least that's the way I used to think. So down there is the house from whence I came. I love it when you can see the rays of the sun coming through the clouds. Yeah. Off in the distance. Yeah, this is really nice. I like this. Nice little exploration. And there's another path down there that goes around and around. I'm sure I could get lost all around here. So I am going to take my walks and catch up with you after. Of course, I had to point out all the white feathers at my feet. Once again, I am always where I need to be. I'm sure these come from the Storks collections and gifts from God, right? Nice and fluffy. Oh yeah, baby. Upon the wings of angels. I always say when you're traveling, may you travel upon the wings of angels safely, reaching your destination, wherever that may be. Continue softly. And here's another Cork area. There's storks everywhere. Look at them over there in the tree. They're over in front of me as well. They're all up in the sky. Look at that. Oh, just leaving their tree. I've never seen so many storks. This is the first time I've gotten a glimpse of them since I've been here in such a large crowd grouping. What do you call a group of storks? Look at them. Look at that beautiful distance. All that countryside, gorgeous. You know these are happy storks. It's windy, but it's so gorgeous up here. I've never seen so many storks. Wow. Sunset. Unbelievable. You know, when you've been living in the city for so long, you haven't been in the country. Boy, what a nice pause. Nice breakaway. Reconnecting with nature. That is the way. This is some the bee box, apiary box. But there's no bees, not right now anyway. I did lift a cover off of it because I was curious. Curious minds always want to know, especially this one. Oh, that sky is gorgeous. Look over there in the distance. It's much more beautiful in sight, in person. Not quite able to capture the gloriousness of it. My tongue seems to be tied because I'm just in such awe of all of this. This is so awesome. Just breathe. Those are all storks. All over, even It's like they all come for happy hour, sunset greetings, you know? No different than humans, right? Or do we follow them? They all commune, coming together. Eucalyptus, those trees right in front of me. All eucalyptus. That's why it smells amazing. I literally felt like I'd walked into the sauna without the humidity because the smell was just so pungent. If you've ever been to a thermal spa where they have the wet saunas and they put the oil in, the eucalyptus oil, it just totally opens up your sinuses. It just feels healthy. It feels cleansing. Yeah. Recharging. Recharging my heart, my soul, my spirit. Respira, spirito. Breath is life, life is breath. Every breath you take. Mindfulness. Presence. Wow, that pretty green. That looks like another cork tree. A lot of brush off to the side. You can tell someone cleared the areas. Then over there, they're terracing, as you can see the orange. This earth has that reddish coloring to it. And again, look at this. That's kind of that. Looks like a fungi. It's probably a fungus. There's a fungus among us. I know, I like being silly. My inner child is happy. It's being replenished. It's being reawakened and enlivened. As I say, I am reinventing myself. I am reigniting. Came here to be inspired and to inspire. The pleasantries of life. Sometimes it's much simpler than we make it. I lived a long life of challenge. I wonder, do you think that's some form of a... That's poop. That was funny. The whole time I'm thinking it was one of those green funguses that I just stepped on, like this one. That one was a little darker, so yeah, I didn't step on it that hard, but that's hilarious. That's my silliness. I didn't smell it, but I definitely could tell it wasn't a fungus. Oh, there's one. Who knows? Animals. You know, there are wild animals living out here. Oh, that glorious sky. Absolutely stunning. And it's funny because I swore I could feel the hum and sense the sound of the bees. And Dominic was saying that there are apiaries out here. There are boxes of, bee hives. That's the word I was looking for earlier. As my tongue, see, look, I'm tongue-tied to the point where I'm saying nung 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 nung. Yeah. I hope this inspires someone out there. For you to get into nature, to want to explore, to find your joy, to find your spark. That's the one thing, a lot of times we feel despair, we feel depression, we go into deep rest, anxiety, is because we've lost touch with our hearts, our souls. We have lost the connection within. And that's usually when everybody's going without, right? So it's really about, there's the house. And Murray is down there. where you see the blue top. He is doing some work. Oh, there you go. I see you. I see you. See those storkies? Dominic was saying that there's a lot of babies, young storks, and the mommies and the parents basically kicked them out of the nest. Well, there's a lot of nests around here, I tell you that right now. But yeah, I was having a great conversation with Murray, and he's here from Scotland, also looking to move here and find his own piece of property. And he had sprouted a peach seed that he had forgotten about from a while back, and he showed it to me, and it was in a pot. I thought that was really cool. You know, you have a passion, you should share it with the world. We're here to contribute to one another. Yep. Making my way back so I can warm up, because it is a little bit chilly. I love that cork tree. That's so beautiful. It's an upside down being doing its splits. There's more back there. Those are all cork trees. I actually see more storks back here. Let's go this way. And there's a fork in the road. Which way will you go? Left or right? Or you go through the center? Sometimes that's the idea. Is to go the path that's not even been created. That might be your path, to not follow the left, the right, the fork, but to go right down the center. Then you can look left and right and see where others have been, but make your own way. See the acorns? Huh. Acorns. It's so cool. So the cork tree has its own special acorn. How cool is that? I would never have known that had I not noticed this now. I have just learned something I did not know. All those trees and all those clouds. Big valley. I had seen some storks out here, which is why I thought maybe come this way. Oof, that breeze is a little chilly. It's a little chilly. Woo! Definitely feeding my soul. Following the whispers of my heart, literally, is why I believe I keep seeing the feathers under my feet. When you follow your heart and soul, it's like seeing feathers to me represents the soft landing, the being on your path, and the angels, you know, upon the wings of angels. It's like you're being carried. And that when you surrender to it, the purpose, the path, it is essentially a sign that you're being encouraged and reminded that you are supported. Because to me, feathers are like a support to buoy you, to lift you, to give you flight, and sometimes inner sight, as opposed to and it's an encouragement rather than a discouragement. And life is really meant to be the best life you can make it. So yeah, more storkies. I wonder what that noise is. Sounds like some kind of a motor. And here we go again. Over. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Well, this has been fun. Look at that sunset. Clouds in the distance. Could be some rain on the forecast. We're going to go back down that path. Maybe we're going to actually see some storks in our area. Dominic did say that the storks are normally in the trees over by the house. But they're having their social happy hour at dawn or dusk. Wait, sunset. Pizza oven. When I go to Naples, I'll have my pizza because I know exactly where to go for that. Maybe that sound is the storks. Maybe they make some form of a sound. Peace. Can you see them over there on the side? There they are. That's where. That might be Murray. I'm gonna go find out. Let's go see if we can solve the mystery of the elusive tick 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 tick. Now that's a noise. I am convinced that's got to be the storks, because they start up on this side and then it's almost like they're talking to each other. That noise sounds like a motorino or a scooter or a motorcycle. What is it, a two-stroke? I don't know. There was a time when I was really good with vehicles and cars and all that. And if I need to, you know, I can take care of a car. Pretty familiar with them. Of course, I'm not an oil changer. I'll let someone else do that. I don't like getting dirty. I'll be straight up on that one. Yep, that's got to be the storks. Sure. That smell is so wonderful. Oh yeah, that's the storks. All up around the sides, and check them up. That's coming from over there. Yeah, over there in those trees. I didn't even know they made that sound. Now I do. Oh, look at this. This is majestic. Of course, the focus of the camera's not going to give it justice, but for sure it's gorgeous.
Low-key evening, because after that beautiful walk and sunset, I just wanted to relax. So sweet dreams, and see you tomorrow.